I'm recording
Like,
again.
now and not like in an hour from now.
Yeah. All right, somebody
Yeah.
talk.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Tech
that would
one too.
talking.
Okay. Um, so we had some technical difficulties there. We lost a little bit of audio, but I guess it's only been like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. So, the story thus far. They arrived at the institute. The door was opened up. They met the head medical scientist, who has since drugged them into her lab, and is
She
now.
gave me a hand job.
Well,
Well,
that's a little
that's
suggestive.
highly inaccurate.
No, it's just very literal.
It is very literal.
True. Yes.
I believe Lawrence
Yeah,
would refer to, to a
dirty-minded
manicure the
people.
same way. So
No, that I'd call painting my hand for no reason.
So she was introducing herself, and that is where we figured out that recording was bad. So we're just gonna pick it up from there because it's only been like
5-10
10
minutes. Yeah.
max.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So the doctor goes, I am Dr. Elu Greenleaf. I am the head of medical research here at the Institute, and I am very intrigued by your story.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Smoke, and this here is my band of weirdos. We done been through hell and back trying to get to talk to y'all.
Oh, really? What part of the Nine Hells?
Not literally. I'm more referring to the fact that there's metal growing off some of our bodies and multiple statues in yonder
Yes.
cities.
That is very intriguing. How did this come to be?
Well, the abridged version is there was a someone was robbing a train. On that train, there was a metal man. That metal man.
I'm sorry.
Now let
Metal
me
Man.
finish.
What
Let
do
me
you
finish. Let me
mean,
finish.
Metal Man? What do you mean by
Let-
Metal
Hey,
Man?
Allow me to
Ace,
finish.
A man made of metal. Shut up.
A sentient metal man.
Person, made of metal, who walked and talked, suddenly attacked my friends when they came upon the site of the robbery, and he exploded. Upon exploding, they noticed that various, what's the word? Living?
It was.
Living.
That was more. It
There
was
you
more
go.
Like when
That's
yeah.
the word. Everything started turning to metal. Anything alive. Plants, animals, people. That was around Hellforge area, and we've seen the effects at least as far as Oasis.
Huh.
Plumb surprised you ain't seen it here.
Very interesting. A number of questions, if I may.
Indeed.
Yes. When you say Metal Man, you're saying that he was living metal.
Indeed.
Oh, the implications of this are far-reaching.
As I understand it, he was unearthed somewhere, north of here?
Under
Earth?
Mount Goldblum.
Goldblum.
So to the south.
My bad. I'm
Oh.
not good with cardinal directions.
Unearthed would indicate that he is
Ancient.
either been placed or ancient. I wonder, was he created or was he?
That I do not know. What I do
So
know...
many unanswered questions.
What I do
He
know
said
is...
his last-
Go
he said
ahead.
his last memory was waking up in the mountain. So,
Huh.
presumably buried?
Buried. Yes, that would make sense. I wonder by whom or by what.
Well, he did
She's
mention.
like frantically writing in a notebook.
I kind of raise my hand.
Mhm.
Doctor, and I toss her one of my good bullets, and I say that made him better. And when that made him better, he said something about the cleansing needing to continue. That wasn't very fun.
Cleansing.
Wait a minute. I hadn't heard that part of the story there, Doc.
Hold on. She starts beginning to like examine the bullet and like takes it apart, and the quickness of her movements takes you off guard. So she like takes your bullet.
Okay.
And like starts looking at it under a microscope, and she like shaves a little bit of the metal off with a file, and then like pours a little vinegar on it, which then goes. And she's like, "Yes, very reactive indeed." She's kind of like lost in thought for a minute, and turns and goes, "What does this have to do?" So I don't quite fully understand. You said the creature healed, said something about the cleansing, and then
We shot it until it kind of blew up. I'm gonna be honest there.
yes. Well, it blew up, and then the sickness spread.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
From creature to creature, or
It just started. We noticed it on the ground, plants doing their thing. Dirt was fine. It was just mostly the stuff. We were coming back. A few of us noticed that metal was growing in and on us.
yeah. So all of you that were there would remember seeing a light shoot up into the sky,
That's what
And
I
then
was
that-
forgetting.
splitting off into the 4 cardinal directions.
I say that.
Okay. She's like, "Oh, interesting. Yes. Yes. More research will be required, of course. And only some of you are sick. And you, sir, are cured," she says, pointing at Lawrence.
I mean, if you call Mission of Pinky being cured, yeah.
How did you become cured?
Fell in a well, landed on someone, drank something.
Fell in a well. What well?
The well
He
that
doesn't
we weren't
remember.
told to go to.
He hit his head.
I did?
You did.
Thanks for reminding me.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
But do any of you remember what well he fell into?
I do
yeah.
not.
Well, I
yeah,
fell into-
he.
Wait,
he-
hold on.
Well, I don't know.
I thought we had
I mean,
decided that we weren't going to. Out of character, I thought
Did
we had
we
decided.
not?
I thought we had decided
I
that
don't-
we weren't going to mention Hellforge specific, or I was going to look for information here at the Institute, but we weren't going to share about Hellforge. I thought.
That's a good point. It's been a week. Sorry, my brain is like not remembering stuff.
I may be the only person who knows or thinks this happened. I don't know. If I can get some
we
corroboration.
did have a
Okay.
we did have
a discussion about not sharing about Hellforge, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, right, because that feels very not cool.
Okay.
That's true. All right.
So, what are
I
you
guess
saying to her?
I guess we're all just kind of sheepishly quiet.
Okay.
Uh,
She goes,
Go ahead, sir.
it would be of anything that you could share would be of great importance.
I don't have my pinky.
Do I have any water left? I don't remember.
You would have probably refilled while y'all were back at the town.
Okay. I'm gonna. I won't say anything, but I want to get my bag out, and I want to hand her one of the vials of water.
Okay. Smoke, make a deception check.
All right. Damn it. All right. That is a 9.
Okay. She just kind of looks you guys all around and goes, okay. Very well. Was there anything else with the cure that could be useful in knowing?
Absolutely.
I mean,
If
We
this is
actually have
spreading,
a,
then we would like to do research
Yeah.
and finding a way to mass produce.
the doctor here
Sure.
found a bit of a recipe what might work. Blue Mountain flower.
It worked for me. Yeah, blue mountain flower, thorny cactus skin, some tumbleweed, thistle flower. I don't have no idea what I wrote here. Something.
Water.
Oh, it's a scratch out, and then water, the water that I just handed you.
Okay. And again, all those ingredients except for the water are easily acquirable. Um, None of you remembers where this well is?
No, ma'am.
Very well. So, what is your purpose here?
Well, mostly to share what we know, and to try to get information. If I'm honest, ma'am, I thought y'all would know a little bit more about this. I've been calling it the Steel Plague. Honestly, I don't think it's catching on. I'm the only one using it. But I figured maybe there was some historical data about something similar, seeing as how that, that old metal man seems to have been from years past.
I suppose there could be some research done in the historical texts.
Additionally, I'm willing to offer up myself and the growths here, if y'all would like to take a look at it and do some experimentation. And she says that with a grim look on her face.
Oh, any offer of experimentation would be greatly appreciated.
She nods.
As a matter of fact, if you don't mind coming this way, I can get you set up right now.
Of course. Additionally,
I'm
if
sorry, ma'am. You really don't know anything about this at all?
Oh, you're the first to report it here.
Right.
this has been happening for well over a week, probably.
Who's supposed to report something like this?
Well, if it's a large enough scale, it goes through the channels, and if it requires the work of the Institute, it gets sent up to Count Undermount here at the Institute.
Not to be disrespectful, but probably what,
That sounds like a
20
sweet name.
or 30% of the population of Oasis is currently either turning to or has already become a statue. That's one of the biggest cities in this region, and y'all are just finding out about this now?
Oasis has its own medical facilities.
Well, certainly it does, but if this is something that's never seen the light of day before.
I'm not certain you understand the nature of the Institute.
To my understanding, it was the bastion of information. Some sort of conglomeration of studies, academics.
Yes, but we are more doing research of our own than being leaders.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said there.
So we have our own research that we're doing. It's not it's a repository of knowledge, yes, but we have our.
She means what she's doing. She has no tribe. She is only doing it for one person.
Yes. Well, yes.
Individual researchers following their own studies.
Yes.
Very well. All right. In that case, well, I suppose I submit myself to study.
Oh, excellent. Come this way, please.
Right.
Wait. I understand that no one's reported this, but you've never heard of anything like this?
No. Not me personally.
Huh. I wonder if it's just not written down anywhere then.
I'm sure we could allow you access to the libraries to do some research.
I would
Not
ask
really the research type, if I'm honest. But there's definitely stories.
Doc.
Hmm?
Smoke looks at you. That's a good point there. Doc, Mr. Black. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Not what I meant. Doc, why don't you head down to the library and see if there's any manuscripts there about this and anything else you think is important to research.
I was actually just going to ask if there was a head historian here that I could talk to.
Great idea.
Oh, yes. There's Dr. Linderdink.
Sorry. Out of character, I laughed.
Linderdink.
He is our head librarian.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for that information. I'm gonna.
I can get you an escort to the library.
Is that necessary?
Yes, absolutely. The institute is a highly secure facility.
I'm sure. All right. Okay. I'll wait for an escort then.
Okay. She actually just kind of pokes her head out into the wall and like waves down one of the guards, and she goes, "If you could take these fine people to the library to see Dr. Linderdink." And the guard's like, "Yeah, sure." So she points at everybody except for Smoke.
And
What do you guys do?
Oh, I'm just gonna motion to the guard, be like, "Lead the way, please."
Okay.
And I will follow.
All right.
I will go with as well after looking at Smoke and
Lorneros, you mind tagging along with me to make sure I don't die over there?
Oh,
That is pretty okay with me.
Thank you.
yes. The laboratories are very. There's no waiting room.
Very well. All right. In that case, I guess I'm going along.
Can I not come in also? I won't touch anything.
Do you have any of the spots?
Yeah! She like shows him her arm.
Oh, excellent! Volunteer.
All right. All right. Let's go.
Okay, so the guard leads the rest of the group out, and you guys begin to walk down the halls up a number of flight of stairs, and Smoke, Linares and Dr. Elu, you walk through a door, down a hallway, and into another door, and there are these chairs that are separated by they're individual rooms, but you can see into the rooms. It's a glass window between them, and there are a number of different stations in each of the rooms that have medical equipment all around them. And she gestures for each of you to sit in a chair.
I sit in a chair.
Okay.
I also said,
Okay. And then she goes, if you excuse me, I will be right back. I'm going to need assistance. And then we can get started.
Sounds good. I'll be waiting right here.
Excellent. So she walks out, and we'll come back to you guys. So the rest of you finally get into the library area, and the guard walks to a central podium and rings a bell. A few moments later, this orc comes down and is like, "Yes."
Ooh, hold on. I think I speak orc. I speak orc.
Nice.
Awesome. I want to. Is the guard going to introduce us, or is that up to us, or does it matter?
The guard is kind of like, "I don't know what I'm doing here."
Okay. I think the guard will go, "Thanks for showing us the way you can continue with your duties, I suppose, sir."
All of you make an insight check.
oh boy.
Okay. Insight.
I got a 12.
I got a 7.
I got a 19 plus 4, 23 for me.
Nice.
Yeah. Losing to Pinky has its advantages.
My eyes got better.
And we'll say that since Jack isn't here tonight, we'll say that he's there with you guys, but he's just distracted
Okay.
by being exhausted from coming down the mountain.
That makes sense.
We'll go with that.
He's just sleeping somewhere.
Yeah, he's just kind of like half asleep walking with you guys.
Fair enough.
Lawrence, You notice that this guard is paying attention, but isn't all there. And with that roll, you notice that the other guards you have passed have all been similarly in a state of a mind like that, where they're observant but not. It's very strange. They kind of got this glossed over look in their eyes.
So I'm gonna turn to the guard and just be like, "So are you bored in your day job?"
He just kind of looks at you, looks back at the librarian, looks around, and then keeps walking.
Guess that answers that question. I hate.
Brian, just to let you know, you keep cutting out a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's not your fault. Maybe.
I
All
hang
right.
my head in shame.
Oh. Dr. Linderdink is standing in front of you, and he's like, "May I help you?"
I want to say like hello to him in Orc. Just to introduce myself, Doctor. I guess I'll just go use my real name, Dr. Schwartz. I'd like to ask a couple questions. It's good to meet you. That kind of thing.
And he responds in Orc, pleasure to meet you, and what is it that I can do for you today?
I'm gonna switch back to common. So I wanted to come down here because I'm going to assume that you know a lot about the history of this, I guess, this entire world, right?
No, I have a fair understanding of the past, yes.
Good to know. So we just came in. We were over with Dr. Greenleaf, who is a very interesting woman.
That she is indeed.
Interesting. Now, so we I wanted to ask if you knew anything about maybe something in history about sentient metal men and a plague that can turn people into metal statues.
Huh. Sentient metal men. Interesting. There are myths of long ago. These creatures, these metal men, were created in order to bring balance. The story goes that they were created to stop the sentient beings from destroying the world, but they were defeated. I don't know. A plague. Let me see if I can find. And he kind of wanders off and starts looking through a stack of books on one of the shelves. He goes, "Oh no. Yes, here it is." And he pulls out this tome and begins flipping through the pages. He's like, "Yes, here it is. Yes, there were stories that some of these creatures were outfitted with biological self-destruct weapons. Most of them were small-based, but there were, on occasion, a few that had higher yield devices built into them. It is said that if someone was infected and they were not healed within a week, that they would be turned to metal.
That
Forever.
sounds pretty. That's forever.
But this was centuries and centuries ago. By now, I'm sure we have new medicine or cures.
I certainly hope so. Worked for me.
Yes, and I mean, this is the. Wait! It worked for you, so this is not just research.
No, we came here to I guess we wanted to warn you guys, but I guess we didn't realize what this organization was all about.
Yes, I mean, we are a institute of knowledge, and people come here to research their own individual paths. You can rent out a space for, depending on how large of a space you need, weekly or monthly, yearly if needed.
I appreciate that. I'm not here to buy. We just wanted to give you some proper information and probably get something in return, which sounds like you've given us some good stuff.
Yes, the library is available. You just can't take any of the hard copies with you.
It's fine. I can write.
Very good. When you say that this is going on now, what do you mean?
Well, Oasis is in a state of absolute chaos. I nearly caused a riot trying to get into the Practitioners Guild to talk to them about this.
Huh. That's interesting. Well, I'm sure they can take care of it themselves.
Well, they couldn't until I got there. I can tell you that much.
Oh, you're a science man of great renown, I take it.
You could say that.
Oh, excellent. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, if there's anything that I can help you find, do let me know. And so everything here is available to you.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Dr. Linderdink, very much. May I use the book that you were gracious enough to pull out there for me?
Yeah, absolutely. He hands it over.
Awesome. I'm going to grab it and walk over. I'm assuming there's going to be like those cool like library things that you just put it down and start looking through.
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, I want to just sit there and just start pouring through this thing.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to the front page where I haven't been in ages. Intelligence. That's an 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pouring through this book, and you get the sense that a lot of this is based on myths. There isn't a concrete history from that far back. Either the actual written histories have been lost, or were scrubbed from existence.
Interesting. Just gonna say redacted.
Yeah, so like looking through the library, you don't find an actual history book anywhere that mentions these creatures. It's all myth.
That's puzzling. I'm just gonna put big question marks here. Can I just because I guess my paranoia is kicking in, can I look at the book and see if there's been any pages ripped out or anything like that?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. 13.
13. Okay. You look through, you don't notice anything that's been ripped out? No.
Okay. I'm gonna say book seems good.
Mm-hmm.
Intact. All right.
It probably
Okay.
takes you an hour to read through the book. A lot of it is just talking about mythical battles, or not supposed battles that happened back then between biological people and metal men. Things like that. Cool. Anybody else want to look for anything while they're in the library?
Hey, Mr. Librarian, what was your name again? Dinkerlead?
Dr. Linderdink.
Mr. Dink. You got any books about growing back pinkies?
Because there are plenty of books on the magics of restoration. Yes, they're right over this way.
Much obliged, much obliged.
He takes you over that direction. You want to roll an intelligence check to see if you find anything that can help you?
Sure.
That's a -3. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You're funny, Doc.
Yeah, I know.
Funny looking. I got an 11,
Well,
so I'm not that stupid.
So you read through, and you obviously can see that there are magics that can restore limbs. The exact practice of it is a little bit lost on you.
Doc, think you can help me out here?
Maybe. I'll go over and I'll take a look at the book, pull out my little specs, and start reading.
Let's see. You are an Arcana. Do you have?
I have
proficient
Arcana.
Yep. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Okay. That's a 10. It's a shit.
10. Yeah, it's a little more than what you know how to do as well. You're more
Yeah.
based on like herbal medicine and things like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it and be like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't go to school for this kind of work.
Yeah, well,
Otherwise,
anybody
I'd be
else?
happy to.
thank you for trying, Doc. At least I got my middle finger.
Greca, you looking for anything?
I am going to, since I'm in the library, I am going to look and see what sort of technologies are widespread. Because I've only been in a small town, and I've been to
Okay.
a large town, so I'm rather curious.
So like what exactly are you looking for as far as technologies being widespread?
I'm looking to just to see trains, if there's any other mechanical things that are in use that maybe I haven't seen about.
There are trains are in somewhat common use. You see. Go ahead and make a. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay, 1 second. Ooh, I got better than I thought I would. I got a 16.
Oh, nice.
Minus.
You're reading through it, and weaponry is for like guns and stuff is fairly new technology. It is probably been around for a little less than a century. Starting with like real simple flintlock type weapons, to where you guys are now with multi, like revolvers and shotguns and things like that. So cartridge type guns. As far as electricity, it's more magical, so there's not like electricity in the sense of like we have wiring in the walls. But trains are fairly common. And with that roll, you also see that there are limited use of airships.
Ooh, I am very interested in that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the book over to Doc, and I'm gonna put it by him, and ask that when he has time, if he could write these down, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
no problem.
not.
So we're looking at I guess rudimentary airships. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
And Doc, you looking at this, you would see that they have similar technology to trains, where they have these crystals in them that imprison elementals,
Yeah.
and they use those for powering the devices on the ships.
So I'm gonna say cartridge-based fire.
Yeah.
So we're just looking at basically airships, trains, magic, lightning. I'm just gonna call it that because electricity isn't really a thing yet.
Yeah.
then-
So like there's like lights and things like that, but they're run off of magic.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I'll I'll kind of look at the book and I'll be like, Grika, did you want what I wrote down for you? Or do you want me to just keep it for you?
Uh, I would like it. I feel, Doc, sometimes you are full of knives. Quite often. And paper with holes in it is hard to read.
That's more than fair. I'll rip the page out and fold it up very nicely and hand it to Greka.
I
That's
will take it.
hilarious.
I will
You're full of
stick it in my
knives.
pack.
You die a lot, so I'm gonna
I'm
take
not-
it.
I'm not even mad. Like that's like the most fair thing that's happened so far in this game.
Did somebody mention knives?
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just kind of laugh. Like I know that it's that Greca means well. I just kind of laugh, not in like a but like in a good jovial way as I hand the paper over. So
Yeah.
And I smile appreciatively.
Awesome. So while you guys are all doing your research, we go back to Smoke and Lorneros.
ooh,
As the doctor walks out, you hear a click on either side of the hallway, and it sounds like when they were opening the gate, with them opening the latch, so it's like metal scraping on metal.
Hmm.
And suddenly the room begins to fill with a very sweet smell.
Can I identify it?
Make a medicine check.
Can I also roll on that one?
Yep.
I got a 13.
I rolled a 13, and so 17.
17. Okay. Lorneros, you have knowledge that this is an herb that is a sedative. So it would make you pass out, basically. So I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
17.
11.
Okay. Smoke, you get to a point where you're very fuzzy,
Wait.
and
Can I burn it?
you cannot.
Damn.
And you slump down into your chair, and you're out.
Damn.
Linares, you're still awake, but you're fuzzy. So what this means is that you can get up and do things, but you are at disadvantage on your checks.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Probably just panic. I mean, I don't. We're very much like locked in this room, right? And there's not.
So there is all kinds of medical equipment around you, and multiple rooms with these chairs, and then on either side of the hallway there's a door.
Can I try to see where this smoke is coming from? I guess the smell is coming from. Is it a visible smoke, or is it just a smell?
It's just a smell. Make a perception check though.
Oof. 10.
10. You hear a hissing sound, and you look around, and you notice that in the above the door to the room that you're in, there is this little nozzle.
Is there some way I can block it? Like, is there something in the room that I can use to block it?
You can certainly try to block it. There's a number of different instruments and things around the area.
Is there like a tape or something that I can use to seal it?
Not tape, not really. But go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me rolling a disadvantage?
Oh, from here on out, yes.
Okay, so that roll. What did you ask me to roll?
Investigation.
That'll be a 7.
A 7. Okay. You look around and all you see is like beakers and like forceps, things like that. And make another Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm not even mad. I got a nat 20 and a 15, so 15 would be the low one.
15. Okay. That is just enough to stay awake.
Is there a way that I can put one of the beakers over the nozzle and secure it there? Or I guess...
You can certainly try. Go make a let's see. Make a Make an intelligence check.
9.
9. Yeah, you just can't quite get your brain to work well enough to make that happen.
Okay.
Um,
What have I managed to accomplish with my baby brain?
you happen to notice that you think it could happen, but you just can't quite figure out how to do it.
Okay.
And you are still awake, so you are aware of your surroundings at this point.
Can I try to open one of the doors? I guess the other door that we didn't come in through.
Certainly can. So you go and you like try the door, and it's obviously locked. What would you like to try to like? How are you trying to open it?
Probably just like use the door opening mechanism, whether it's like a latch or a doorknob or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's definitely locked.
Rattling it, like, can I push up against it?
You can. Are you like trying to force it open?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, make a strength check.
Oof. Yikes. 3.
3. You ram your shoulder into the door, and it's like, ooh, ow.
Okay, bird bones. I guess I'd check on Smoke. And is she still breathing?
She is still breathing. It is kind of like she has been sedated for like surgery. So still breathing, just unconscious.
Okay. Can I try to, like, shield my face? Like, try to breathe through some of my clothes or something?
You certainly can try. Yeah. So yeah, you put like a mask on your face, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that'll help on the next Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very much a particle in the air.
Yeah, is there any way of, like, communicating? Like, can they hear us?
You can certainly try.
Is anyone listening?
Just wait a minute, another minute. And then you hear, "Please sit back down."
What? Why are you drugging us?
So you don't feel any pain.
What are you going to do that's going to bring pain?
You volunteered for us to look at the spots.
The
We
spots
need
are
to
very visible. They're not
cut
external spots.
cut them out.
No. No, thank you.
You you did volunteer.
For not for surgery. Can you please turn this off?
Make a persuasion check.
At disadvantage or?
No, I'll say straight roll is fine. It's more for like physical and critical thinking skills.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. You don't get a response.
What are the walls made of?
make a Constitution saving throw for me with advantage.
7.
Okay. Very slowly, your eyes begin to get that tunnel vision, and you pass out.
Damn it. I'll take it.
After an undetermined amount of time, both you and Smoke wake up, and you all have been strapped into these chairs. There are these like leather straps across your arms and your legs, and one across your chest to keep you into the chair. And go ahead and make a perception check.
Both of us?
Yes.
Shit. Math.
10.
13.
13 and 10. It's very obvious that there are some of the spots are missing out of like your arms.
Do I just
And
How big? Like, are they functioning? Is my arm functioning?
oh yeah, no, they just cut out like the little spots where the
Okay.
metal is.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like well,
My arm does not look like cheese.
no. Just like one or two like samples.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's what you notice.
Are there other people in the room?
Yes, there are 2 guards in each room that have like the doctor lab coats on to like keep the blood off their clothes.
Hmm.
And they are just kind of standing at the entrance of each of your rooms.
Oh, so we're in separate rooms?
Yes, well, you can see each other because there's the glass in between each room.
Okay.
Can I be let go?
The guards do not respond.
Listen, I volunteered for testing. I'm not going anywhere. It was a little rude of you to blindside me with the,
Anesthetic.
you're not there for me. You're not there to help Smoke out. Don't talk in my head there, Doc. Goddamn.
Anagata Davida.
Inagata. That's right. The Inagatas. Listen, I didn't volunteer for none of that. I did volunteer for testing. I'm not going anywhere. My arm hurts like shit. Can I please be like... This is really uncomfortable.
Actually, surprisingly enough, your arm doesn't hurt.
Oh. This is really uncomfortable. Can I please
Also,
just
I'm
be
bored.
unbound?
Please let us out.
The guards do not respond, but after you give your speech, one of the doors opens, and Dr. Elu walks in, and she goes, "Oh, good, you're awake."
Yes, I am. May I please be unbound?
Oh no, we're not quite finished.
Then why am I awake?
You see, the properties of the metal is quite unique, and quite reactive.
As I'm well aware.
We have a few questions, and then
I'm sorry,
more,
I'm sorry. Have I been submitted to forceful interrogation?
Well,
I'm
only-
just
only-
trying to understand what y'all's game is here.
Oh, you have been strapped down for your own safety.
It feels kind of threatening to be
Oh,
strapped down to a chair and ask questions
Also-
Yes,
Kinky.
We weren't drugged.
without our consent.
yeah, yes, well,
Actually, very
You-
expressly against my consent.
you did volunteer, you see.
We volunteered for
and then I very
testing.
Then I very much refused the option to be drugged, and yet I was still drugged.
If we had been made aware previously, this would be a lot less sketchy. However, I am feeling very unsafe, and if you would like
Yes.
me to continue to cooperate, I would appreciate it if you unbound us.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yes, no.
Are we bound by leather, Jordan?
Yes.
I'm gonna...
Can I take a little magic sniff of this? Is this magic in any way, or is it just straight up leather?
It is straight up leather.
Oh.
How thick is the leather?
I mean, it's a fairly thick. It's like like in hospital beds where if they strap you down.
Sure. So if
Yeah.
my am I attached to a wooden chair?
No, it is a metal chair.
Okay. Feasibly, if my hands burst into fire snakes, would I be able to rip through this leather?
Can
Possibly, you could certainly try.
Follow-up point: is anybody armed here, or is it just Smoke, me, and a couple of dweebs?
Make a perception check.
New
Ooh,
band name.
ooh. That's some big math. Hang on.
Smoke,
23.
smoke me and a couple of dweebs.
Mhm.
Smoke me.
That's a great band name. um. Yeah, you said 23.
Yes.
The guards have batons, but the doctor doesn't look to be armed in any way.
I'm going to attempt to break out of my bounds. Using Sorry. Where on my arm am I bound to this chair? My wrist.
So, it is your wrists, a strap across your chest, and then at your ankles.
Okay. I'm going to burst my hands into flame and attempt to break my bounds,
Okay.
my restrictions.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
You guys won't necessarily be part of this yet, but just in case.
Okay.
I got a 13.
I got a 17.
Hold up.
plus-
So the way this will work is I will ask for a certain range, and you'll tell me.
All right.
Okay.
So 15 to 20.
Me.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got 19.
19. Okay. And 10 to 15.
Yep.
13.
10.
Oh, I had 9. Yeah. I'm in the
Sorry.
15.
So Smoke, you got what?
13.
13. Lawrence.
10.
Okay. And 15 was Greca?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. All right, 5 to 10.
Hello. I received an 8.
8.
8 is great.
I was given 8.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So Dr. Ello is walking around. Smoke, go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
I'm going to try to break my bounds, and I'm hoping maybe being on fire helps me in that regard somehow.
It will make a strength check with advantage to loosen your arms.
Gotcha. Natural 20.
Nice.
My very first one.
With a natural 20, not only do you get your arms loose, but you manage to break the restraint on your chest.
Excellent. All right. I lean down and start undoing the leather on my ankles as well. Calmly.
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to attack anyone.
All right, so we'll
but-
get back to you on that part. So you're
All
still
right.
bound by your feet, but your chest and hands are free.
All right.
Luneros, what are you doing?
I've got binds on my wrists, my ankles, and my chest, right?
Uh-huh.
So now would be a good time to not have any of those.
And
Mhm.
be a snake.
I'm going to wild shape into a snake.
Nice. So you just and the guards are like, Because like at first they don't even see there's a snake there, and then they're like, okay.
And then I'm going to get somewhere, like under the counter, under the table strap thing, the chair
Okay.
that I was presumably strapped into.
Yep.
Just to get some kind of cover because I am small and my AC is 12.
All right. Cool. Yes, you absolutely have cover. Awesome. Dr. Ello is going to look around and be like, oh, and she's going to pull a syringe out of her lab coat and run towards you, Smoke, and attempt to stick you with the syringe.
Can I make a saving
Nope.
throw? Either. Okay.
Does that not count as invading the 5-foot zone? Does Smoke not get an attack of opportunity?
No, that only happens if they're running away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she comes up and she rolled a 15 to hit.
My arm class is 14.
14. Okay. So she sticks you with the syringe and she pushes the syringe, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That is another natural 20, baby. I haven't touched it. Come look at it.
I will
Holy
verify.
shit! My hands are in the air.
I trust you.
Oh,
I see
You
one hand in the air because you insisted you close the door.
I'm sorry. Holy crap! Go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry.
you begin to get really, really drowsy, and then you're like, nope, and you feel fire go through your veins, and that drowsiness disappears.
Oh, it's awesome.
I'm so fucking cool.
Yeehaw and such.
The guard in front of you, Smoke, comes up and pulls a baton and attempts to hit you with it. And that will miss. And then the guard in your room, Lorneros, will come and attempt to grab you in your snake form. And will hit his head on the chair, knocking himself out.
Dumbass.
He's like, boom,
Did he crit
and
fail?
he's like collapses. I rolled a natural one.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yep.
Are we level 5 for the sake of this battle?
No, not until you take a long rest.
Okay.
Cool. Lorneros, what do you do?
There is a glass wall separating the two of us. Is that right?
Yes. So the doors to the hallway are open, and then there are doors on each end of the hallway. But you could go out the door and make it to Smoke's room with, like, it's like 30 feet.
I'm gonna do that. Just kind of hop around. Poke my head in.
Okay.
Hit him with the hey.
Cool. Yeah. So there is a guard currently trying to hit Smoke with a baton, and the doctor, you watch as she's like got a syringe in his arm.
Her.
In Smoke's arm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Me too.
Is she? How far away is she?
If you use your full 30 feet of movement, you can get into that room and be right next to her.
Excellent. I'm gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
I would like to no longer be a snake.
Okay.
And hit her with the primal savagery.
Fuck, that sounds cool as hell.
Basically gets my fingernails real sharp. And does acid damage.
Okay.
So I guess I'd try to slice at her.
Awesome. So make a attack roll and add your spell modifier. Which is +7.
That'll be an 11.
With +7?
Yes.
Okay. So you startle her as you unchange from a snake, and she kind of, as you're swiping at her, ducks behind Smoke.
Okay.
Wait, so which one ducked behind me?
Dr. Ello.
Okay, gotcha.
Or
Alright.
Elu, sorry.
Is my metal chair pinned down?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. And she's right behind my chair, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I will. Is it my turn?
No.
Okay.
The doctor will, not knowing what to do, will reach down and, 1 second, please. Attempt to shock you.
You being Lord Arrows or
Smoke.
okay?
And will miss. You are.
She's bad. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she's a scientist. Like, she's not a fighter. And that'll take us to Smoke.
All right. I'm gonna undo my leg bounds and stand up.
Okay. Make a strength check at advantage to get the leg bands off.
Oh,
Actually,
wait.
no, you
I
can use
figured
your
I could
hands
just
to undo 'em.
unbuckle them. Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough. That will take your action, though.
Okay. I stand up. And can I talk as part of my turn?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you just calm down? Please? We're not. I mean, I'm not trying to be violent with you.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I want to know what's going on.
Make an insight check.
That is a 22.
22. You get the impression that she has ulterior motives for keeping you here. She keeps glancing at Lorneros.
I mean, if you're not gonna tell us, then I'm just gonna beat the stuffing out of you.
She does not respond.
All right.
Cool. The guard will take a attack at Lorneros. And Jesus Christ. He will let go of the baton, which will fly across the air, hit the doctor in the head, knocking the doctor out, and then just kind of look at the two of you and be like, oh, hell.
Now, again, this doesn't have to get violent, sir. We can just vibe. We can just crack open a cold one together.
Lorneros, what do you do?
I'm so in awe that these events have unfolded the way that they have.
Me too.
I guess I would hold my action, and like if the guard gets aggressive, I'm gonna have to hit him with the flame blade.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Smoke.
I'm also gonna prepare my action. I'm gonna put up my dukes essentially, and if he makes a move, I'm gonna go after him.
Okay.
And I say, now, really, this does not have to get violent. I'm just trying to find out more information about. And then she, lifts up her sleeve to show her arm about this.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
That's a 5, so I'm just gonna say that fails.
He turns to bolt.
Okay.
So you can use your actions if you want, because he is making a move.
I'm gonna punch him.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I'm gonna punch him once. That is a natural 20. What?
Oh, how the tables have turned.
This is okay. Hold on. Did
You guys
you break
were
my dice?
rolling.
This feels like a very unbalanced fight.
I'm gonna put my hands up.
I've rolled 2 nat 1s, and you've rolled 3 nat 20s. This is a
Listen.
hugely unbalanced fight.
I don't.
Like back to back though.
Yeah.
I don't mean to
This is
say.
nuts.
I don't mean to.
Roll
I-
damage.
Okay. All right. Listen, I've rolled very bad for the entirety of this campaign. That is. Hang on, for this one punch, that's 4 plus 2 is 6 plus plus 2. So that's
Okay.
yeah, 8 damage for the one punch. I do have extra attack.
He's not down.
That is a 12 plus 5, and that's
That'll hit.
1d6 plus 2. And that's a 2, so that's 4, and I'm actually going to cast Stunning Strike on that one. I'm going to spend a key point.
Okay.
And that's a DC 13 con
He
saving
fails.
throw. He fails, so he is stunned.
Okay. He can't move. He is still up though.
All right. Well, that I mean
But
that's my
he
turn.
looks pretty beat up.
That is my turn.
Lorneros, you also get to use your action if you wish, because he was running.
The flame blade feels a little excessive in this situation.
I will say you have to take into account that you guys would basically have been moving at the same time. So, not knowing that Lorneros or Smoke was also hitting, what would Lorneros do?
She would not flame blade because running is not like aggressive.
Okay.
I. Ooh, uh.
What will you do, Lorneros? What will you do?
I guess she would, not aware of what Smoke is doing, she would move to like try to stop him.
Okay.
So like maybe try to like grab a shirt or something on him.
He's stunned at this point, so easy enough.
Can I tie this man?
If you want to move him to the chair?
Oh, I was thinking like, oh, I have rope, but we also have.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely have rope. Go ahead and make a.
The chair is definitely a much bigger brain idea, though.
However you want to do it.
I'd
The only restraints on the chair are the leg restraints at this point.
Well, I still have mine. My chair is
Yes, that's true. So you would not be able to drag him all the way into the other room because it does take half movement to drag somebody. So by that time, he would be unstunned.
fine. Okay, I'll just tie him up with the rope then.
Okay. Make a, we'll say, sleight of hand check.
15.
15? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you think the knights are pretty good?
Cool. Does that take all my 50 feet, or like?
It's all one rope, so like you
Oh,
could
yeah.
cut it, but no, it would not take all 50 feet.
Okay. Well, if he's secured, he's secured.
Okay.
I feel safe.
All right. That'll take us back to Smoke. What do you do?
I'm sorry. What position is he currently in? Lorneros dragged him back into the chair.
He is yeah, we'll say he's sitting in the chair tied up with rope.
I'm gonna grab the doctor, and I'd like to drag her over to Lorneros's. She's knocked out, right? I got the.
She's knocked out. She's out.
I'm gonna bind her
Effectively,
in
you guys are out of
Lorneros's.
combat right at this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna bind her in Lorneros's chair.
Okay.
Uh,
And then there is one more guard at that chair on the ground.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of prop him up in the room with the other guard. And are the doors lockable?
There are no doors on the rooms themselves.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Just on either end of the hallway.
I'm gonna take any armor. I'm gonna search his belongings. I'm gonna take his armor off. I'm gonna take his baton, and I'd like to search his belongings.
Okay. So he's not really wearing armor. It's more of a uniform.
Okay.
So he's got this like a butcher's apron, but whatever the doctor type of that
Version
is.
of a butcher's apron. Yeah, I getcha.
Yeah. And then he's got a cap and a baton, and the baton. Let me pull that up. I had it a minute ago, and then I lost it. Let's go. You have all your equipment and everything too, by the way.
Yeah.
They didn't take it.
Yeah, I figured.
I can't find it. I forgot what it was called. We'll say it does 1d6 bludgeoning.
The The thing?
and is considered a simple weapon. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna strap it to my belt, but my fists do the same thing. So.
Yep. And then what do you guys do?
Does he have anything else on him? Is it just the uniform?
Just that. It's kind of like the guards in this specific area don't have everything. They're not like normally the people they're guarding are unconscious. So
You know what? I'm gonna like strip him, which sounds weird. I'm gonna strip him down to his drawers and kind of chuck him out into the hall because I have this idea that like if he tries to get Froggy, get up and like untie one of the other two, he'll just be mega embarrassed, you know? Like, and he doesn't have anything useful on him, so at the very least I could use the moment of embarrassment. This is the weird, dirty way that Smoke thinks about fighting, you know? I don't know.
okay.
Does this
Sure.
does this do
mean-
psychic damage?
Perhaps
This sounds
on
a bit like
awakening.
Maybe.
You're solid.
We've got one tied up. Actually, do I have 50 feet of hempen rope? Yes, I do,
You do.
because I definitely purchased it.
You
I'm gonna
bought some, yeah.
I'm gonna tie him up as well.
Okay. Easy enough.
I'm gonna hog tie him if possible.
Okay.
Lorneros, will you grab this man's legs
So-
for a moment?
He is buck ass nude, and you're hog tying him.
Excellent. And then I'll leave him out in the hall. Or actually,
All
I'll leave
right.
him in the same room as the other guy because I figure they'll both have some issues getting out. Anyway,
Okay.
and then
Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
13.
13. Okay. Decent knots.
I'm gonna go into the room with the doctor, and I say, Lorneros, listen, this is gonna sound kind of rude. I'm not the most threatening presence, and I'm gonna try to get some information out of this woman.
She is knocked out.
Would you turn into a bear? Or something?
That's racist.
That sounds like, that's forget racist. That's gimmick infringement.
Listen. I know it's cliche. But I have an intimidation and -1, and I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure that we can actually get some information out of this woman. Would you help me out, Lorneros?
Well, I only have the sauce to turn into an animal.
Sorry. Could you say that again?
I only have the sauce to turn into an animal twice a day, so be mindful of that. But also let me check my rule book and see if bears are legal.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Listen.
ma'am.
They are legal. I have the right to bear arms.
I have the right to my.
Womp womp.
Could you turn into like a wolf or something?
I
Something
mean, you already
that was
left that
spoken.
guard bare ass naked.
No, you're right.
Ooh.
No, I said buck ass naked.
Turn into a
I went for
deer.
a different adjective. So
Turn into a deer, and we'll say we'll gore her with the horn. No, hold on.
hang on.
Crocodile, rhinoceros.
Buckle up, buckle up.
All right, I'm buckled.
A
I'm
brown
buckled.
bear is challenge rating 1.
Giant wasp.
That I can get behind. That's creepy as all get out. I love that.
Terrifying. I hate that.
All right. I can get behind a giant wasp.
Or perhaps a reef shark.
You know, I don't know if that would be acceptable considering we're on land.
Hello to my little friend.
Giant wasp it is.
All right. And Jordan, I'm gonna. Do you wild shape?
Yes, I am big wasp.
And do you just kind of like land on the table? Or like
Yes. Also, I'm really angry. Wait, no. I have the same armor class as Big Wasp as I do as a person. Never mind.
Oh, Lorneros. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be really creepy. All right, are you ready for this one? You crawl up onto her after I wake her up, and just like really get her, just like really spook her. All right. I'm gonna use you as my bargaining chip for information. You just crawl real creepy like up onto her lap. I'm gonna slap her awake. All right. Just go with me here. All right. Let's go.
Would it not be more menacing to hover behind her so she hears the scary bug buzz?
Well, add a character. Well, I suppose in character, because it's a little funnier if I'm saying it in the accent. But I thought that you were not allowed to fly.
Oh shit, you right.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I can't be a wasp then. I can't be a wasp then.
No.
Because I'm not allowed to turn into something with flying speed.
Fuck, oh, can I get you to turn into like a big ant? Or something? Fuck, I'm sorry, hold on. Or like a real big praying mantis.
Hang on, let me see.
What is spooky?
Mountain lion.
Mountain lion. That's
Oh, I can pull out the hold on. What was it last time?
dire ant or some shit. There's always a dire something or other, right?
I don't think I've unlocked dire animals yet.
What feature is that?
You did a panther last time, I think.
Yes, I can do a panther.
Hey, panther works. Hey, that works for me. 100%.
I feel like that's like rehashing old memes.
I feel like we're spending like a real long time trying to come up
Yeah.
with. Can you turn into a big bug? Can you turn?
This was your idea.
No, you're right, but like the shape of it is a little. Your call. Turn into what you want.
Make a perception check.
Both of us?
Yep.
That's no.
That's a soft yes. I got a 12.
12. Okay. You guys are arguing over what animal to intimidate
Disgusting.
the doctor with,
We're not fighting.
and eventually, Loneros, you look over and the doctor's just kind of watching you.
Oh,
Both.
hello.
she's like, I find that kitties are not that terrifying.
Oh, but really big ones are. They have big teeth.
But they're so cute.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Well, I suppose we've lost the element of surprise, but we're still
we-
gonna kill you if you don't talk to us.
We sure goofed that one up, huh?
Make an intimidation check.
Can I go with advantage since she is tied up and there are two of us? Okay, well.
Is that a smoke exclusive thing?
Yes.
That's fair.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Here's your punishment.
She looks over at you and she goes,
I'm gonna punch her in the
Have-
face.
roll to hit. That's with
that
advantage
is
because she's tied up.
That is a 17. I'll roll the second time just in case I get a 20.
Okay.
That is a 3, so
All right. So you do hit her.
that's a
So roll
1d6 plus 2.
Okay.
That's a 2.
And she is unconscious. Technically, you killed her.
Oh, well, it's not lethal.
Okay, so you wanted to knock her out.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I would not
she's out.
be. I would not be punching to kill.
Well, it does like the damage itself. So it's
Is
either you
lethal.
knock her out or you kill her.
Yeah, I knock her out then.
Okay, she's out.
Can you imagine somebody more useless? For those
Did you
listening at
call
home.
for me?
Shut the fuck up. For those listening at home, Shelby has just typed giant wolf spider into the Discord chat, and that would have been the perfect answer to the question. All right, I'm gonna go slap one of the goons awake then.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is the doc unconscious now?
Yep.
Okay, because we've decked her.
Yeah, no, I decked her. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna slap the goon who is tied to the chair. And but first I say, Lorneros, now can we make a decision on what we're turning into here?
You already slapped them awake.
Okay, well I already
so
did the
guard,
Foley,
the
so I
guard
guess.
is like, ugh.
Howdy.
He doesn't say anything.
I'd like you to tell us a little bit of information about what exactly is going on here and why we were non-consensually I don't know the I'm not.
Anesthetized.
Thank you, Doc from the heavens. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lorneros. And if I'm honest with you, I'm gonna start burning you if you don't start talking.
He make a perception check.
That's an 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't respond.
Are you incapable of speech? You've not made a goddamn peep this whole time.
Doesn't respond.
I take his hand and I start burning his palm.
He begins to scream. Roll damage.
For produce flame.
Uh-huh.
All right. That is 2d8. That is an 8. And that is a 3.
Okay. You watch as so 11 total.
Yeah.
You watch as the flame shoots up his arm and begins to burn him internally.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's not what I meant.
Begins to turn to ash.
Oh God!
I was burning it. I lit my hand on fire and burned his hand.
Uh-huh.
I did
And
not.
rolled high enough to kill him.
But I only go for non-lethal parts.
Don't know what to tell you. You rolled more than
I've
his
never
health
had a-
negative.
I've never had a match burn me non-lethally. It's always been lethal damage.
He just screaming the entire time.
Did it seem like it was magical in some way?
Your magic, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, not what I. That's not what produce flame does. Like, it makes a flame.
Uh-huh.
That does not.
Fire is lethal.
Not. You're saying that like something on his hand was so flammable that the whole
No,
of him
I'm saying
caught
that
fire?
you did enough damage that it killed him. Straight up.
Oops.
I feel like somebody can lose a hand and continue to live.
Yeah, so the way that the rules work in D&D is that if you do enough damage and it takes them negative more than what health that they have when they're at full, they are dead. You rolled an 11 and he had 1 hit point.
That's
Smoke leaves the room.
Guard.
Okay. So you guys exit the room, or Linares, are you staying there, or?
Lorneros is very puzzled by this situation because she's not the beefiest of boys, but also she can take 11 fire damage.
These are NPCs.
Are they made of straw?
I mean, they are
Have
just
they never
like
gone outside before?
I
Would
I
this NPC suffer immediate death?
can't
because of
tell
themselves?
you more without ruining part of the story.
Oh. Oh.
I was gonna say stop metagaming. This is going in a good direction.
Can I?
Sorry.
Can I? Okay, like not even like out of character metagaming. Like the fact that this guy just like immediately died with like 1 produced flame.
Mhm.
That would seem weird.
Mhm.
So can I like investigate?
Well, okay. So you got to keep in mind too that like you guys as level 1 adventurers are going to be more powerful than the standard NPC.
All right.
So like you are already heroes at level 1.
Okay.
So if you take that into context too.
Okay.
Right? So like just standard like villagers are not going to take a lot of damage.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, Lorneros would follow Smoke out of the room.
Okay. You guys, the doors are still locked on either side of the hallway. What do you do?
What are they made of?
Metal.
Smoke uses burning hands.
Okay.
It's
You're
a-
looking to melt the
Yeah.
latch, or okay. Go ahead. Like I'm not even gonna have you roll damage.
It's 3d6.
Okay.
6, 5, 6,
Okay, so that is 17.
17.
That's enough. You managed to melt the latch, and the door.
I was
is,
hoping to just
free
melt the
open.
door.
Oh, the whole door.
Yeah, I was just helping to melt the whole door.
Smoke-shaped hole in the door.
You melt the hole in the door.
I walk through the hole.
Okay. It's not enough damage to take down the whole door, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well then, okay.
Yeah, it is a metal steel door.
How big of a hole?
So I can give you the latch or like a part of the door that you can stick your hand through.
Yeah, okay, I'll melt the latch.
Okay. Yeah, so you can open the door now.
Okay. I kick it open.
Okay.
Lord Arrows follows, and I'm not gonna say a word. This is not the time.
Okay. So you walk through into the lab that you first were brought into the doctor, and what's the plan?
Does it still smell weird?
No, it does not.
Smoke wants to break everything. I don't
Okay.
know if she would. Can you describe the room a little more? So we have a glass box wherein there are dispensers for gas and assumably
No,
some
so
sort
that so the y'all were in a hall, basically in a hallway with rooms that were all jutting off of that hallway, right?
of... Okay.
There was a door on each side. There were no doors on the rooms,
Okay.
right? But the hallway doors had latches on them. So I probably should ask this: which door were you going to go through? The one that you came through
left.
initially, or
No.
the one?
No, I'll
on the
go.
other
I'll go
side?
through the other one.
Okay, so this is a new area that you're going.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you go into this area, and it looks like it is a storage room for different medical supplies.
Okay. Uh.
Including valves to turn and turn off those gas lines.
I'm gonna turn them on, and then I'd
Okay.
like to drag the surviving guard and the doctor and just kind of throw them in the room. Wait, I'm
So-
sorry. Hold on. The gas valves were in the hallway leading into the laboratory? Is
No,
that
they're
right?
in the room that you just entered.
No. The dispensers. I'm sorry.
Yes, they are in the rooms that you were in, like tied down in. So where they are currently tied down in.
I flip on the valves,
Okay.
and I just kind of leave them on.
Okay.
Any health potions or anything like that would be useful?
Yes. Make a perception check.
That is a 12.
12. Easy enough to find. You do find 3 common health potions. So that's the 2d4 plus 2.
Gotcha. I put those 2 in my bag, and I walk out.
Okay.
Let's see. I'd like to cast Produce Flame to try to melt the other latch on the other
Roll
door.
damage.
That is 2d8.
2d8.
Right. So that's a 3. That's a 4. 7.
7. It begins to heat up, and it makes the metal a little more malleable, but it does not melt it.
I smack at it with a baton.
Roll. Yeah, easy enough to hit. Roll damage.
2 plus 2 is 4.
4. It bends, but not quite enough to make it open.
We're almost out of here. I hit it again.
Okay.
6 plus 2 is 8.
6 plus 2 is 8. All the other damage, yep, you can get through. No problem.
Alright. I crack it open.
Okay.
And I'd like to head... I guess I personally... Smoke is kind of just blazing through things. She's not really... She's just trying to get out, you know?
Sure.
But she kind of comes into her own. She turns around. She looks at Lorneros. That's not what I meant to do.
I know.
We should find the others and just get out of here.
That would be great.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize. It was an accident.
She shakes her head and she tries to find a library.
Okay. Are y'all just like walking through?
Yes. Back the way we came.
Okay.
Or at least
Oh.
Smoke is. I don't know if Lorneros is.
Yeah, Lorner is just following you along.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Up in the library. What do you guys have been studying for about an hour and a half. What do you do? What are you guys up to?
I'll defer to the other two for right now.
I'm twiddling my thumbs because I only have one.
Shit.
I'm twiddling my single thumb.
I like it. Do y'all want to stay in the library, or did y'all have any other thoughts or any other things you wanted to research?
No, I mean we're not aware of what's been going on with. Sorry.
You're cutting out a little bit, bud.
Whoop. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, very
Okay.
good.
Sorry about that. Are we aware at all of Narrows
Are we at all aware of you cut out Lorneros?
of what is happening to Smoke and Lornero?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Which one of us?
All of
Any-
you would be fine.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. I rolled
Okay.
a 5.
I got a 17.
Yeah.
I rolled
13.
a 9.
A 9. Okay. And actually, Smoke and Lorneros roll perception as well.
That is a 13.
That is a not natural 20.
Okay. Everybody who made above a 15, you begin to notice that the guards suddenly seem more alert and they are looking around. In particular, in the library, more guards begin to appear. They're not approaching you, but they are keeping an eye on you. And Lorneros, you notice that there seems to be more movement in the hallways with the guards. They seem to be looking, and you would probably guess they're probably looking for you.
Sneak mode engaged. Can we continue to advance a little stealthy?
Go ahead and roll stealth checks for me.
Am I made aware of this? Is Smoke made aware of this?
That is up to Lorneros.
Yeah, I would convey that. Just kind of a hey,
To the party.
It looks like there's more guards about. We should try to be a little more careful.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
And after saying that, I rolled a 4.
I rolled an 18.
18. Okay. Cool. So when y'all are like stealthing in groups like this, I will take into account that y'all are moving as a group. So the whole group roll will be taken into account. Cool. And the people in the library, what are you guys doing?
Apparently, I'm still just reading, being very peaceful, not making any sudden moves, because I haven't been told anything.
I'm just messing around with some books, not really doing a whole lot.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Did none of you roll above a 15?
No.
I got a 17.
Okay. All right. So you noticed the guards, but you're not saying anything to anybody.
I don't know why they'd be hostile.
Okay. Cool.
So
Awesome. So it takes you guys, Smoke and Lorneros, it takes you guys a little while because you don't know the layout. Go ahead and make a, whoever's leading, go ahead and make a, survival check.
I guess that'd be me.
Oh, or an intelligence. I'll give you either one.
Well, I don't know who would be leading out of the two of us, Lorneros. I guess you,
Probably.
since you saw the boys first.
Well, I was thinking you, because you're the one that's kind of like autopilot, let's leave.
Yeah. All right. That's 12.
12. Okay. It takes you a good hour to find the library.
Okay.
Luckily, these guards are not they don't seem to be that observant. So even though Lorneros is a bit more loud than you would like in your sneaking, you managed to get through the hallways without being detected.
Gotcha. And we make it to the library?
You get to the library and you peek in the doors and you notice that there are a number of these guards kind of surrounding your friends but keeping a distance.
You think you could, I don't know. Would my stealth check hold? Or would I
Yes.
need to roll a second?
Well, it depends on what you're going to do.
Just like
So,
to
like,
kind of...
holding for staying at the door, yeah.
I'd just kind of like to sneak through the library towards them. Or towards
Um,
Doc specifically. I figure they're probably all milling about.
Yeah, so I'm imagining sitting at like this table reading books,
All of them. Okay.
like a central table. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Yeah.
And then there are a number of guards that are kind of facing them in the stacks of the library. So, how would you like to approach Smoke?
No, I know. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. Honestly, I might not want to approach.
Okay.
Is the front door heavily guarded?
Surprisingly not.
So
Wait. When you mean the front door, you're
of
talking
the
about like
establishment of the institute.
you'd have to make your way down there to find out, but you don't know. So right now you're at the library doors inside the tower.
Are there windows to the outside?
There are. You could easily go look. Yes.
Do they open?
They do.
I'd like to open a window.
Okay. You open a window and you look out, and you are still on the side of the tower that faces the gate that you entered. And there are more guards, yes.
Well, she kind of puts her back against the wall and slumps down.
Okay. It's at this time that Dr. Linderdink and another elf approaches the three of you in the library. And Dr. Linderdink goes, "Oh, my dear, my sincere apologies, but we seem to have a situation going on. If you wouldn't mind accompanying Dr. McKinseyan, he can show you to a safe room."
I look up and kind of peer over my glasses. I'm like, a safe room.
Yes. You see, there has been an attack.
What kind of attack?
Some of our researchers were attacked by the subjects of their research.
So at this point, I start to look around. Do I know?
Do you notice what?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
You're cutting out like at the ends of your sentences.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. If it's my headset or my.
Probably your internet.
Yeah. At this point, do I notice that there's more library?
More what?
You do notice there are more guards. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At that point, I'm gonna kind of look over at the library and just be like, "The hell's going on?"
It's exactly as we said. Some of our researchers were attacked. We would like
Normally,
to
you
escort-
just stay in place, no danger here. Why you moving us?
We do not know where the assailants have escaped to, and as such, we would like to get you out of this open room and
That
into a
sounds
more
like
secure
your
location.
problem.
Yes, it is policy of the Institute to lock down the library and remove everybody within. So if you don't mind following us, we would very much appreciate it.
I'll stand up and close the book. Sorry, I'm starting to get a frog in my throat. But I want to. I'll tell him. I said I appreciate that, but I think we might go out the way we came. It might be better if we get outside of this building if there's danger in the building.
I concur.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, give me a second here. God, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Persuasion.
Gosh, you should be.
It's a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, they agree.
All right.
Dr. Linderdink goes, well, yeah, I suppose that would be all right. And he looks over at Dr. McKinsey and Dr. McKinsey is like, yep, cool.
All right.
And he and like 10 guards flanking you begins to walk towards where Smoke and Loneros are. You guys in the library, make a perception check to see if you notice Smoke and Loneros.
That's a natural 20.
That is
Oh my God.
4.
Okay. And Lawrence?
That would be a 19.
19. So the Doc and Lawrence, you both notice that Smoke and Loneros are kind of hiding out in the hallway. And Smoke and Loneros, you guys notice this group of people walking towards you.
How many guards are in the library?
There's probably 20 guards in the library, 10 of which are coming with the group.
So I notice Smoke and Lerneros hanging out in the hallway, so I stop.
Do I see the doc? Do I see him looking at me?
You see the Doc, yes, but you're not aware if he has seen you or not.
Can I roll the perception check real quick?
Sure. And I'm sorry, Brian, you cut out there again, so I'm not certain what you asked.
What I was going to say is, since I noticed Smoke and Lerneros, quickly turn to the library. Hey, what's your policy on checking out books?
I do apologize, but we do not let you take the books.
Well, ain't that a bitch?
Yes, indeed.
I rolled an 18.
18. Yeah, your eyes kind of meet the doctor's.
I lock eyes with him, and I shake my head no. And I really hope that conveys enough meaning as I stand up and peel off, running in the opposite direction, away from the rest of them.
Wait, Smoke just ran away from us?
I'm running away from you guys because the guards are after me.
Do I see this?
You do not.
Alright.
Lorneros would also take off.
Okay. The guards do not seem to notice.
That we leave?
Yep. And Doc, what do you do?
Doc?
Matt, you there?
Oh, he disconnected.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, there he is.
There
Hey,
we
man.
go. Sorry, guys. What?
No, you're
What did you hear? What was the last thing I said?
Okay, so last thing we all discussed was Smoke and you locked eyes,
Okay.
and she shook her head no, and took off in another direction.
Oh, okay. So they've left.
Yeah, they ran off.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, sorry. So, I rolled a 18 for perception to see that you were looking at me. I locked eyes with you, and I tried to make my face as grim as possible and shake my head no.
Yeah, I heard all that, but I didn't hear if you guys were. I thought, from what I understood, y'all were still in the other room.
I took off and
Yeah,
peeled
so
out.
the guards have not seen them take off.
So
by the way.
in Smoke's head, the guards are all after her because of what happened in the.
Okay.
So she's trying to take her problem away from you, if that makes sense.
It does, but that's with my character. That's probably not going to work, to be honest. Yeah, that's okay. It's a good thing you guys didn't hear the last thing I said because I completely flipped that around. We're I'm just gonna kind of give this look at an empty space now and just keep walking, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The group that you're with walks you to the entrance of the institute,
Mhm.
and as you're walking out, Dr. McKenzian grabs Greca and just kind of like pulls her back a little bit and goes, "Beware of the one named Loneros. She is not who you think she is."
Uh,
I highly recommend if you were to meet up with her again that you bring her back here.
for
For a dead woman, she looks very lively.
a dead woman?
Yes, yes, indeed. She was pronounced dead 3 years ago.
Here?
Yes,
How did she die?
an explosion.
Just gonna stare for a minute, think about it, kind of nod my head, and then I'm gonna go. There can be more than one Lorne Arrows.
I worked with this person quite extensively. I would know her anywhere.
And yet you're scared of her?
Immensely.
Hmm. But
I think you
But
might
why?
be cutting out too, Effie.
am I a little bit?
Unless you're stuttering.
No.
Okay.
It's just a little crackly. It's not so much cutting out.
Sorry.
It's all good.
But why are you scared of her?
The power that she possesses is very dangerous.
The power. You mean
is-
how she changes forms?
There is more to it. It's very complicated. Just be on your guard.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And with that, Dr. McKenzian turns and walks back into the Institute. The guards escort all three of you all the way to the gate.
Okay, so we don't even go past
Okay.
the medical area.
No, this is a whole different area.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
We are now at the
Um,
gate, and there is no friends.
Smoke and Loneros, make another stealth check for me.
All right. That's a 7.
7. Okay.
I rolled
Loneros?
a 3.
3. Okay. As you guys are running through the hallways, you turn the corner and run smack dab into 2 of the guards. They look exactly like the other guards that you have seen around the place.
Like
Oh,
twins?
Exactly.
Oh God.
hello. We seem to have been separated from our group. I think they were headed towards the library.
Make a persuasion check.
That's a not natural 20.
Okay. The guards kind of cock their head. They don't really respond, but they kind of point and begin to usher you towards the library.
Okay.
And okay, you walk through the hallway, and You get to the library. The doors are shut and barred.
Maybe.
Do you know where they would have been taken? Did they just close the library?
The guards look at each other and they kind of seem to. They don't speak, but they have some kind of unspoken communication between themselves. And then they look at you guys and they go, gesture again, and they start leading you down towards the entrance.
I follow them as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose they would have left, huh?
Very likely.
And you guys pass a number of these guards, and I need one of you to roll percentage die for me.
I'll do it.
Okay. 75 and above. You're gonna run into somebody who's gonna try and stop you.
That is a 4%.
Nice. You guys managed to pass through. All these guards don't seem to know who you are, and they walk you to the gate. And all the rest of you, you guys are outside the gate. The gates have closed behind you, and suddenly they open up, and Smoke and Lorneros walk out.
Howdy, folks.
Oh, there you are.
Now,
We were getting worried.
are there guards in here in the safe house, or are we just locked up?
Y'all are
We're
outside,
outside.
Oh, we're outside. All right.
outside the institute.
I lock eyes with Doc again, and I shake my head again, and I just point my eyes forward.
Can I roll perception to kind of read body language?
Wouldn't that be insight?
Because, oh yeah, I guess that would be insight, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is insight.
Okay, to be just kind of because obviously like something has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second. That's a 19.
Are you trying to hide anything from the doctor?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So you get the sense that something bad happened, and that you should move.
Okay.
And everybody make a perception check for me.
That's a 24. Oh my god.
23.
I have a 21.
I also got a 21.
Jesus. Lawrence?
We see. I think
16.
Brian might. Oh, there
16.
he is.
Okay. So all of you, suddenly you hear these loud cranking noises, and on the walls there are a number of different spots that are like parapets, I guess is the best word for it. Is that right? Parapets.
If that's where an attack is going to come from on a castle, yes, that is correct.
Yes. Yes, exactly that.
Oh, God.
So out of these parapets, these what we would know them as Gatling guns start popping out, and they rotate, and instead of pointing at you, they're pointing inward at the Institute.
What? I point and I say it like that. I go, "What the fuck is going on?"
I feel like that's not how that's supposed to work at all.
And now for something completely different.
I'm holding my point thing and like kind of like and I don't move, but I just turn around and I start walking away from the Institute.
Okay.
I start running.
Okay.
I want to catch up with Smoke and just be like, "What did you do?"
They gassed us. They put us. They bound us, and they were trying to. Something went right. All right, something went right.
They wouldn't
Okay.
tell us anything. They gassed us after we very, very specifically asked not to.
I asked to be let go. They did not let me go. When I broke my bounds, they tried to sedate me.
At this point, I've caught up to you guys. I'm ready to catch up, and man, I haven't had.
Brian, you're cutting out real bad, dude.
Man, I haven't had any silence in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Like,
I mean, I don't know what part you didn't hear, but we'll move
All
on.
we heard was I run up
Man,
and
I
catch
haven't-
up and say,
Oh,
"Man,
I said,
haven't had."
I said, man, I haven't had first dates.
God, this is rough.
Dude, Brian, you need a new headset, brother.
Or you
Yeah.
need better internet in the pandemic.
No, it's been acting up like crazy over here, so I don't know what.
Yeah, I wonder. Can you try dropping and then rejoining and see if that fixes it?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Take your time.
Cool.
Okay.
That sucks so bad.
I know, right?
All right, how's that?
All right, can you hear me better now?
Much
Yeah.
better. Yes.
Okay, so I guess it was just a bad connection. So you heard about the bad dates or the good dates, right?
We do
No.
now.
No.
No, we
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Man, I
Allow me to start over. So at this point, I've caught up to you guys, and I hear what you guys are talking about, and I just blurt out, "Man, I haven't had first dates that good. I don't know why you're complaining."
Smoke while running. He just belly laughs, like really deep laughs. And says, I'm dealing with some real shit here, Lawrence. And that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shit.
I miss my pinky.
Now, listen, Doc. They wanted something from me other than metal bits, alright? That was very not right. And when I had to fight my way out of there. I'm not. I'm
Loneros,
sorry.
make an intelligence check for me.
That's gonna be a thick. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, a check, not a saving throw. Okay. Yeah, that's an 11.
11. That's enough to know that the Dr. Ilu was really focused on you.
I'm not gonna say a word on that.
Okay.
I want to, because I obviously see that Smoke is in a lot of distress after like the laugh because of Lawrence doing Lawrence. I'm just gonna kind of wave my hand and just be like, "We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it. It's not important right now."
Story time.
Smoke keeps
Okay.
running.
All right. So guys keep running. Are y'all running which direction?
Towards the. Is the gate still open?
Oh, we're outside the gate.
Oh, we're like complete. Hold on. There
You're
was a gate
outside
around
the
the
institute. Like the institute, I'm talking about outside. You got escorted out. You rolled a lucky persuasion check.
And we got rolled. We got escorted out of the institute or out of the gate.
Out of the gate, which that is
Okay,
part
okay,
of the
my bad,
institute,
my
so
bad.
all the way out.
Back towards the mountain, I suppose, so that we can regroup. I assume we have a map of some sort, a map of the area, so that we can get reoriented.
I don't think we do. I don't think we've ever remembered having any map.
Gotcha. Okay, but we have a map in our head, and we have a general idea that we are north, correct? South.
We're south.
We're south. Right. I keep getting it turned around. I keep wanting the mountains to be north. That's my bad. Okay, so
Yeah, so the mountains are south of the institute.
right. Okay. I think we go running back towards Hellforge, because that was a huge no. That
So
was a
heading
huge
north
bad.
into the desert.
Heading north. Yes. At least that's where Smoke would want to go first. I don't know if the rest of you would follow her. Or make it known that that is bad.
I mean, I have enemies there right now.
So, on the map, there is kind of a scar or a chasm of sorts in the middle
Yes.
of the desert, west and northwest of the Institute. What
That
is
is
that?
the Grand Canyon with the sandfalls.
Right. Okay, so probably the closest place that we would know of would be Goldbloom Falls, but that's over mountains, correct?
Right, and I don't know if any of you have actually been there,
Okay. In that
but you
case,
do know where it is.
since there isn't like a place to go to, Smoke would probably just run until they were out of reasonable chasing distance. Or until we could be sure that there was nobody following us. and then she would collapse.
Well,
Okay.
did the big guns did they do anything or did they just turn inward?
They turned inward, as in. Make a insight check.
Oh shit, my insight's real high. I don't think I've had to roll that one yet. That's a 24.
24. The only reason that a gun like that would turn inward is if they were making sure that something didn't get out.
Okay.
And it would make sense that since they were looking for you, they must assume that you're still there.
Ha! Those fools. We got them real good. Okay. I guess that answers my question.
Smoke stops running. Eventually.
So we'll say you get, a good distance outside of the Institute. Do you want to go until you can't see it, or do you want to go how far?
Probably. I don't know. We would probably be less than a league away. I'm sorry. I looked like I wasn't getting read there. Probably less than a league away.
Okay.
And just out of reasonable, they can chase us on foot distance.
Okay.
And Smoke just kind of stops to catch her breath.
Yeah. So this area is deep desert. So like Hellforge is more like
Tumbleweed.
dry grassland. This is deep desert. This is sand.
All right. Do we have a plan anymore? Fuck! She kicks the sand.
Well, it's a good thing I know exactly where we are in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I wonder if my old university would know anything about this, but I don't know where they are anymore.
So, to wrap my head around everything that's happening now, we're plumb out of ideas. Is that about right? We've got no information. Were y'all able to learn anything about Hellforge?
You told us not to talk about that.
Well, I was hoping that you would go to the library and read on something.
I was able to get some stuff. Mostly I mean, the only thing that even references this sickness and the metal men are just old myths from centuries back. Obviously they're not myths if this is happening, but there's no solid history behind it at all.
That's frustrating.
Oh yeah, it is.
So our bastion of information, our diamond in the desert, is just a load of shit. Sucks. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. The people that we assumed we could trust, the person who's been the closest thing to a mother for me for the entirety of my adult life, is shady as all get out, and probably communicating with some damn eldritch god. And nobody can tell me why the world appears to be ending. Well?
Yeah. That's all I
I
got.
still miss my pinky.
We'll find you a proper apothecary. We'll get that grown back for you.
Is that possible?
Sure.
Can I regrow this? And she pulls down her sleeve to show all the surgically removed meat.
Yeah, and so there's little spots.
Of moved meat. They removed my meat.
I roll up my sleeve and show the crater where I dug my own metal out and be like, "Don't be such a baby.
I'm not
it's
being
not
a baby.
that
bad. I'm not saying it's that, but can I regrow this?
Make a medicine check, Doc.
Okay. Give me a second. Sorry, I've been wanting to be able to be like, oh, don't be a baby.
Don't be a
Give you a
baby.
piece of candy. Don't be a baby.
That's Lawrence's voice.
That's a 20.
Damn
20?
son.
I mean, yeah, like you would know that you could sew these up real quick, and it might leave a little indent, just like if you were to go get something removed.
Yeah.
But it would heal up just fine.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Smoke, I can fix that like nothing. I could do that in my sleep, probably.
All right. Well, that makes me feel a little better. Now, on to the end of the world talk. What do we do now?
By the way, the sun is going down on the horizon.
And we better think quick. It's about to get really cold.
Yeah, it is. Are there any temples close by?
Temples?
Um,
Oh, I thought you were
yeah.
asking me in character.
I'm asking everybody in character, especially a desert nomad who might know the area better than I do.
Can I do a? I don't even know what check that would be.
history.
How does a 16?
Although with your situation, now that I think about it, any history checks for you would be disadvantage.
Okay, well I rolled 2 15s, so how does a 16 feel?
16. You remember coming across a deserted town at one point, not too far from here.
All right.
Sweet, let's get there. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do I know like roughly which direction that is? Like, could I reliably lead this group to where they are?
Make a survival check.
Well, I do have, this is my favorite terrain, which I think negates survival checks for the group.
I also rolled a 15.
When
mind.
she mentions the ghost town, Doc,
Mhm.
you're like, oh yeah, of course.
Okay, fair enough.
So you know that it's probably a good 5-6 hour walk from where you're currently at, towards the Sandfalls.
All right, well, I guess we better get going then.
Where are we going though? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at is where do we go from here, Doc?
One
Let's
day
get
at a
some
time, I'd assume.
Let's get some shelter. We'll reconnoiter. I'm going to find some damn tobacco because I plan on sharing that pipe with Greca.
All right.
Okay. So you lead them, and anybody want to say or do anything while y'all are walking towards the town?
Yeah. Doc,
I would too,
you
but I'll
wanted,
let Smoke go first.
Doc, you wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, I'm curious because obviously something happened in there that was. Let me rephrase that. Something happened to you that you don't like very much.
I killed someone.
You're like a fire mage. Isn't that what you do?
You know when the last time I actually killed somebody was?
I just shake my head.
Over 5 years ago. You know how hard that is to do, doing what I do?
A little bit.
Shit, it's hard to do that doing what you do.
Would be a very good doctor otherwise.
That was
It's-
the joke. That was
Yeah, I'll
I
is that was
understood
that
reference.
was that said in character?
Yes, it was.
I'll give this. I'll just say it's a lot easier than you'd think.
And I was making a joke about your competency because I know you're a good doctor. I made a personal vow that I wouldn't, even if my life depended on it. Hell, it was an accident. I was just trying to get information, and I want to go home, Doc.
How's Smoke's personal space bubble?
in the time that you've known her, you have not willingly gotten within 5 feet of her. So I don't know if you would know that.
That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
Not usually small. It's usually pretty personal spacey. It's usually there's a lot of the space that is personal. Usually.
All right, I'm gonna hold it like a handout, almost like a kind of a handshake kind of thing.
She looks at it and looks at you. What are you doing?
Sometimes things happen that we can't control, and you're gonna have to live with that. Believe me, I know, and I live with it every goddamn day.
She shakes your hand. Next time.
Let's get the fuck out of this cold.
Yeah.
And we just start going back towards the thing, and I hold out a cigar to smoke.
I take it.
All right.
Okay. Greca.
Well, while this is going on, I'm gonna kind of be glancing over at Lineros, both here and there, kind of eyeing them up and down, kind of like I'm just seeing them for the first time.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to very sneakily, because I am definitely not like a 6'2" bear woman, and I kind of lean and I ask with the pretty much all bluntness, go, "You look very well for a woman that died in an explosion."
So you cut out at the end of that. If you you mind dropping and rejoining just to.
Yeah, 1 second. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm gonna lean in down towards Linares and I'm gonna say bluntly but quietly, so it's between us, "You look very well for a woman that supposedly died in an explosion."
Lorneros is going to be visibly confused by this.
Mhm.
And respond, that would be a very nice compliment if I had been involved in any explosions, but I don't believe I have. What brought that on?
Greca's gonna kind of tilt the head a little bit, and then I'm gonna do an insight check. Which is, that's gonna be a 12. Just to see if they're telling the truth on that or not.
Okay, so this is interesting. I need to ask Shelby a question,
Sure.
but I don't want the rest of the group to know. So I'm going to type it out real quick.
DM her. Yep.
Yeah, so give me 2 seconds to.
Absolutely.
Man, what's it like?
Typing.
It makes absolutely no noise.
It's I can hear it just fine.
It's not coming through your microphone at all.
It's awesome.
I apologize to those at home. I know my keyboard probably sounds into my microphone, even if it doesn't sound on Discord. So, I apologize.
It sounds on Discord.
I'm so sorry.
I like it.
Which switches do you have on that?
Browns?
Oh, word. Okay.
All right, I sent the message.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And while we await the continuation of the conversation between Greca and Lorneros, the musical stylings of Matt.
That was beautiful. All right, so with that information that I confirmed, Lorneros, I will let you decide whether or not, or how to respond to that insight check.
There's
it-
nothing to insight there.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So, Rekka is gonna completely believe that and continue to accept because these are her friends and there's no reason why they would ever lie to her. And so Rekka's gonna laugh and be like, there was a man in the Institute while I was in the library and told me a story about a woman that died in an explosion. But I told him there was perhaps many Loneroses, and he insisted that it was you, but that could not have been.
Yeah, couldn't have been.
Loneros, roll a percentage die for me. It's a 50-50 type thing, so you could roll really any dice.
It was a 100. I rolled 2 10s.
Okay. As soon as you finish this conversation and you're thinking about what Greca has told you that this person has said to her, you have this flash, and it's it's kind of a memory, and it's of a brilliant white light that's really sudden, and you remember seeing the walls of the Institute. And that's it.
Alright, I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay. Cool. So you guys continue walking. Anybody else want to have a conversation or do anything before y'all get to the town?
I think at this point I'm just going to pull out my, what is the instrument I have? My lute and just start strumming some notes.
Awesome.
Lawrence, as the only one who has not had a deep conversation, is about to just do some self-reflection for a while. And just
Yeah, ode to
really
my
open
pinky.
up. Really open up to himself.
Oh my god.
No, please continue.
That's it. It's an instrumental.
Oh, okay.
Oh, to my pinky, fingers so small.
Laugh without it, sure
of all
is
of my
stinky.
fingers, I miss you of
Most of all.
That's pretty good.
Great.
Perfect.
But since
right.
I'm a dwarf, I'm just not that tall. All this life without a pinky, I don't like it at all.
You guys, a number of hours later, you guys, with the doc's help, being able to navigate the desert, come across this town. It is completely deserted from what you can see, and sand has piled up to the roofs of some of the buildings as the wind has blown it into the town over the years, and some of the smaller shacks have just like collapsed over. But you do find a building that is it looks like it's either the old saloon or that is still standing and stable. And y'all can use that for shelter if you would like.
It looks like home to me.
I would like.
I am going to.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to
Sam.
use survival, and I'm going to spruce up the area. I'm going to see if I can move some of the rubble to block some of the wind because it's a little broken down. Just maybe like a broken window or so, just to make it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more private.
Okay. Yeah, there's like tables and stuff that you could prop up against the windows and things like that easy.
Excellent. I will spend some time doing that, and then any smaller bits of wood that I find, I will gather for firewood.
Okay.
Smoke kind of sighs
Easy
and
enough.
says, "It's no slums and oasis, but it'll do."
Yeah. Easy enough. It's you guys get a fire going, and you all have rations, so you're able to cook a meal. And if y'all would like, y'all will take a long rest and then level up.
Excellent.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. Would love to do so.
Awesome. Cool. In that case, go ahead and mark in D&D Beyond that you have taken a long rest, and the morning comes. What do you do?
All right. I start a fire for the morning. Not necessarily because we need the warmth, but because I figure we're going to need some sort of breakfast. And also, it's a good little meeting ground. I think that's how Smoke starts most mornings if she's not like in a town, you know? She creates a little fire and sits. And she'll kind of call everyone together. It's like, all right, I had enough of being a sad sack. We got to talk about what the next move is and where we're going from here. So, does anybody want to talk about what's going on?
By the way, Jack is still asleep.
That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
for
good.
that.
I think maybe we should try heading to one of the other cities to see how far this thing's gotten.
That's not a bad idea, but I mean, you told me yesterday that you learned that it was only about a week, right? It only takes about a week.
Yeah, that's the myth.
Okay, all right, and that seems to go hand in hand with something that we heard before, give or take a couple of days. So we'll say that probably rings true. Considering how quickly it got to Oasis from Hellforge, and how long it seems to have been there, considering how many people had been statues, this thing may very well have, quote-unquote, spread immediately, if you catch my drift. So, I don't think we'll necessarily be able to help anybody if we go out and search for the outer reaches of whatever area this affected.
This is true. I mean, well, as long as the practitioners are going to do what they say they're going to do, what they had better do, then
That
honestly,
should
the
slow
work
it.
that either should slow it or the work has already been done for us.
Indeed. What we need to work on now is, one, figuring out what this all means. Two, and by all this I mean Metal Man, Metal Plagues, that sort of stuff. Two, figure out what the hell's going down at the Institute. And three, get some goddamn food. So, you might think I'm a little crazy for saying this, but we could head to the Goldblum's mines.
I do think you were crazy for saying that.
Well, that's where they unearthed that there, Metal Man. And it stands to reason that there's got to be something else there, right?
What if that something is more Metal Men?
Then at the very least, I don't know. Maybe we dig one up and make a friend out of it. I mean, it sounds like yours only went crazy after a little bit, right?
I mean, yeah.
And then blew up, unfortunately. But it did seem, from what y'all told me, that it was a person. Am I wrong?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, maybe.
At this point, I stare down at my one hand that still has a pinky and then kind of look up. Well, he wasn't working correctly when he talked to us, so how do we know that this one's going to be working properly and just go straight to the killing?
Maybe we don't, but additionally, we know the cure, and the work's already being done.
Well, have fun.
All right, so maybe that's not the best idea. Another thing we gotta learn is, what the hell's going down in Hellforge?
I mean, we're probably... If we're walking back to Hellforge, how long would it take?
From here,
Yeah.
probably 2 weeks.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah, 3 weeks to the Institute. So maybe just under 2 weeks. You're about halfway, so a week and a half. No, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Sorry.
I was going to say.
No, we wouldn't have made it. I mean, we only traveled for a day.
Yeah, you only traveled a day, so it'd be around 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
3 weeks from Hellforge to the Institute.
You just
only
said 2
traveled
weeks.
I realized what I said, and I
Okay, all right.
realized
I
made a
want to make
mistake.
sure we're okay.
So
My
it's,
bad.
it's about 3 weeks because you traveled about 6 hours
Yesterday. All right.
last night, right? So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, there's something going on in Hellforge that I'd like to know more about. Because at the very least, if it doesn't have ties to this whole shindig, then at the very least, it could be a cure for everything that's going on. That's one. Two, somebody knows more about this than we do. And we need to find out who. That's either the Institute, because they were trying to get something out of me when I, when I showed up with this, she gestures at her arm. The Goldblums found the damn thing. And, I mean, the countryside's in turmoil. So you tell me what you want to do, Doc.
I mean, honestly, without putting too fine a point on it, my job. Just want to get it fixed. But we needed a plan of attack, so to speak.
But who are we attacking? Just the sickness?
At this point, yes. We need information.
Listen, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'll be the first one to admit that. Thank you, Lawrence. There's 3 different places, at least in my book, where information might be. Somewhere in Hellforge, underneath the very thin veil of secrets. They are not good at lying or keeping shit from us. The Institute, wherein I almost got my head blown off. And the Goldblums, who found the goddamn thing. I may be oversimplifying it. If I'm missing something, tell me. But we got to be able to go somewhere and pick something up.
I think I agree with you about Hellforge. Pretty much everything we've gotten into started there. If we don't know where to go next, maybe we ought to go back there and see where it takes us.
I agree. Sometimes you got to take a step forward or take a few steps back to go forwards.
I guess. What do you think, ladies? Ever silent. Greca, the strong one. Sorry, Lorneros, go ahead.
I feel like Hellforge would be the safest place right now, at least.
The place we're least likely to get our heads blown off, is that what you're saying?
That's what you said, but yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, then in that case, I guess we're going back to Hellforge. Does anybody want to walk for 3 weeks, or Doc? Our favorite method of transportation? Would that be available?
I'm going to be completely honest with you on that one. We're living on borrowed time. Y'all might be safe, but the more I go back there, the more danger we're all put in.
Here's another thing. What in Sam Hale did we run into there last time? Everything was moving a little bit quickly for me to ask any questions. Did they call you a Kingslayer?
I remain silent.
So, you and me have a big old heart-to-heart last night, and as soon as it becomes about you, it's zip lips, huh? All right.
At this point, I pat the doc on the back. The less you say, the more I like it.
I don't say a word. I've got a blank, neutral look on my face. I don't say anything.
I'm rolling insight on Doc.
I guess it really does lend itself to imagination, doesn't it?
17.
If you're going to keep, go ahead and roll.
That's kind
Let's
of
say deception, just
yeah.
because you're withholding information. So roll deception for me.
Me?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. Deception is not a good. It's not a strong point for me. Oh God. That's a 19.
His face is just solid. You can't glean anything from his face.
Well, shit, Doc. Listen, as far as I can tell, we're damn near the only people here trying to stop the end of the world. At least, at the source. And I don't need to know every fucking detail of your life or anything. But if you don't learn to trust us in some regard, I think it's probably going to lead to some issues down the line. She stands up. I'm going to go and I'm going to look for some cactus or some shit to eat. Unless somebody else has rations.
Yeah, Beth gave you all rations.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. She sits back down. She starts eating. I just wanted to be able to get up and have a dramatic walk away, but
I want to volunteer this, like just to keep it cryptic still, because I like this. The whole end of the world thing. I'm just gonna say just loud enough. I guess maybe just loud enough would be just like it's easy for you to say you've only got one world bearing down on you.
she raises her eyebrows. So, I mean, I get you're trying to be cryptic and everything, but you're leaving me a little bit on edge. Like, that was intentionally leading, alright?
Mm-hmm. I just give a big shit-eating grin, and I dig into my ration bag.
Alright, Black. One of these days, Schwartz.
Thank you for using my real name. I appreciate that.
Do you dislike being called Doc?
I don't, but it's from an old life.
What would you prefer to be called?
Doc's fine.
Doc's fine? Alright.
Doc's
What would
fine.
you hate to be called?
That's what Lawrence is going to call you.
Gregga's gonna stop putting food in her mouth and think about it for a second and go, more than likely Kingslayer.
More than likely Kingslayer. How about we all start calling him Kingslayer till he owns up to it? That would be fun.
Gregga's gonna kind of grin because she thinks she was clever and she's gonna continue eating breakfast.
Now that would be fun. Alright. So, we're walking back to Hellforge, is that right? Let's do a quick inventory check, make sure we got enough food and water to get us there. Or, well, I guess we're not going to have enough water to get us there. But enough food at the very least.
Hmm.
Oh,
You.
go
ahead.
Let me read this thing that I got right now. I can get 30 gallons of water on demand.
Nice.
Oh, fuck. That's right, I forgot we had a magic one with us. Hey, ain't that convenient? Alright. Well,
Oh, good choice of spells.
That one was thrust upon me.
Nice.
alright. Well, what would our rations help us live through?
This says enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours, and that is both food and water.
Or 3
Wow.
Greggas.
Wow.
Okay.
Anakin Slayer in a pear tree.
It's if uneaten after 24 hours.
Okay. Alright,
So,
well,
like, in theory, I can make some, we can eat it, and then, like, eat it at 23 hours, and technically we should be good for, like, 2 days.
that's actually a pretty good idea.
The water also does not go bad.
Because it is water. Alright. Well, I guess we can make our way out then. Do y'all want to head out now, or is there anything else y'all would like to say?
We should probably check on them and see if they're okay.
Check on who?
Back at Hellforge. At
Yeah,
Hellforge.
yeah. No, I agree with that, and they'll probably have the seal done by then as well. By the way, we did cover that it's called the seal, right? Me and Jack told y'all that.
A seal against.
Right, that's what we don't know. So the rune in Hellforge is holding back something They called it a seal as soon as me and Jack got up to walk away.
Why would they not just tell us?
Very likely because they don't want us to know whatever is being held down.
But that does not help us help them. And if there's something that's being held down, then
Exactly. We have no idea if we can trust them anymore, Greca.
Greca's gonna look like a sad bear lady. Does not like this.
To be clear, I'm pretty
Just
sure we
frowning.
covered. To be clear, I'm pretty sure we covered that, but it's good that we're all on the same page now. At least insofar as they are being creepy. Are we all on that page? On the page that says Hellforge creepy?
I do not
Oh,
like this page.
yeah.
This woman made me breakfast and has sustained me for many mornings.
I'll say the same damn thing. I've known Beth for several years now since I've been stopping in Hellforge for my profession. And she's taken care of me for quite a while. But I know a lie when I see one. I have an inside of +5 for what it's worth. So I know damn well when people are telling me a lie.
All right. So, you guys pack up your things and you head out to Hellforge. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You begin to wander, and with Lorneros being able to provide food and water, y'all won't need to hunt for rations or anything like that. I do need, after about a day or two, I need somebody to make a perception check.
I
Whoever
got
is
it.
keeping watch.
That's a
I got
Lorneros
it.
gig.
Oh shit, hang on. I accidentally closed my dice window, so let me pull that back. You need me to roll perception?
Yep.
Alright. That's a 17, and I think I have a +6.
Oh.
+7? Take 24.
Damn. Okay. You notice that probably 3 hours behind you are 2 guardsmen. Not-
Recognizable guardsman?
Yes, you have seen these kinds of guards before. You rode one down the hill,
Oh, whoops! Huh.
and they seem to be tracking you.
I would mention this to Doc, because those guards came out of Doc's pocket universe, right? Or one of his little...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would mention that to Doc. Hey Doc,
Hmm.
have you noticed the guards behind us?
Apparently, I do now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, if she points it out to you, it's easy to spot them.
Okay, so yeah, my head just snaps back and my eyes get really, really big.
Yeah, because this area is fairly flat. So seeing somebody that far out is not too big of a problem.
What do you think we should do? Just let them keep following us? They're too far away to really do anything, but...
I mean, yeah, I would imagine they'd only be carrying a lance or spear or something like that. Sure, we can see how this plays out.
I don't know, do you want to take them all the way to Hellforge?
Oh my god, I was just came with like the most 80s one-liner ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, but I'd be willing to take them all the way to hell.
Laughs in slasher fic.
But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, that's a good line though. We'll let's go for another couple days and see what happens.
They might catch up to us if we make camp.
And we're what, 11 days out?
At this point, approximately, yeah.
Well, if we keep going nonstop, we'll be dead, or we'll be insane and then dead by the time we
No,
get
so
there.
3 weeks would be what, 21 days?
21 days.
So you're more like 18 days out.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna have to make camp at some point in time.
And then just keep watch and deal with them when they show up.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll keep going.
Yeah, and that's actually where we'll stop for the night.
Ah, son of a bitch. That's okay.
Now that was a
Oh.
good, fun, productive session.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to Dragons at High Noon. We'll be promoting our merch. We don't have any. Have a great night.
We're gonna have Lawrence Pinky keychains.
Oh,
that
we
would
got
be
a
great.
real pinky.
Hey,
They're gonna
so
say spicy on it.
it'll be quite a while before anybody actually hears this. We do record these pretty far in advance. But if you like what you're hearing, definitely share it with your friends. We have a lot of fun making this, and yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.